entrance right to the seat. Come on in and don't be shy, just to make your day complete. You might get baked into a pie on the magic scuba. Step inside, it's a wild ride. Come on, ride on the magic scuba.
Hello, class. Today we are going on a field trip to find out more about botulism. I hope you all did your research so you can help me describe what we are seeing today. Ralphie, what did you research?
Well, I know that botulism is caused by Clostridium botulinum bacteria, which are rod-shaped and can be arranged in singles, pairs, or chains.
That's a gram-positive anaerobic bacteria.
Correct. Dorothy Ann, what about you?
They're also very motile and can form endospores, which can lie dormant for a long, long time.
I'm glad you mentioned endospores because that is how we're going to be seeing botulism today. Let's hop on the hot rod! Alright guys, we are now the perfect size to ride on a botulism spore. In foodborne botulism, the toxins enter the body through the mouth when they are contaminating food that the person eats. And look, there is a botulism spore. We can ride that in through the giant cut on his arm.
He should probably get that treated to get all the bacteria and botulism spores out of there. He'll need to take an antibiotic.
Now we are going to make our way into the bloodstream, and when the spore finds a favorable environment, it will
Turn into an active toxin-producing bacteria!
Look, there goes a toxin now. Let's hop on.
Whoa! Look, there are some other toxins that came in on that carrot he ate. They're being absorbed through the intestinal tract and are now being carried through the bloodstream, like us.
If you look around, you'll notice there are a lot of different types of botulism toxins in here.
It's too bad they didn't take an antitoxin. That is one of the most valuable treatments that blocks the action of the circulating toxin.
Toxins exist types A through G, but there are only types A, B, E, and F in here, because those are the only ones that cause illness in humans.
And we are on a type A. That's awesome because the different toxin types have different affinities for the nerve endings. Type A has the greatest affinity, so we have the best shot of getting into it.
And the toxin needs to make sure it gets in because being inside the nerve ending is the only way it can exert its effect.
Oh look, we're going in now.
Whoa!
Well, it looks like we entered through the endototic lysomal vesicle pathway, and now we're going to bind to the neuronal membrane.
Correct. Then we're going to move into the cytoplasm of the axon terminal of the nerve ending.
But how did we get in here so far without the body's defenses noticing?
Well, we came in as an endospore, which has a protective coating that the defense probably didn't even notice. But even if they did, we would have survived an attack because the protective coating is so strong.
And the toxin that came in on the carrot were able to survive in the extremely acidic environment of the stomach, which is one of the ways the body usually would kill and destroy disease-causing bacteria and toxins.
And look, now that the toxin has gotten in, it's starting to block the excitatory synaptic transmissions that are normally transmitted from one nerve ending to the other.
Whoa, if that continues, that could cause paralysis.
Alright guys, let's get off this botulism toxin and take a tour of the rest of the body to see what damage is being done.
We should head up to the face, because that's where we'll see the symptoms start to appear.
Great idea. While we're traveling, let's review some of the symptoms of botulism.
Wait, we will even see the symptoms? Normally they take at least 4 hours and sometimes up to 10 days.
That's a great question. I'm sure by the time we get there that there will be a few symptoms that have started. What are we expecting to see?
Facial weakness, dry mouth, and abdominal cramps.
And trouble breathing, and sometimes difficulty speaking and swallowing.
And look out that eye. It looks kind of blurry. Isn't that one of the symptoms too?
Uh-oh, guys. I think it's time we go. We're about to see firsthand the symptoms of nausea and vomiting.
I can honestly say that riding out of the body into a pile of vomit was the grossest thing I've ever done.
Alright, guys. Now that we've seen botulism, let's all take a seat and talk about how it's diagnosed.
Eye retina is often misdiagnosed with others and confused with other central nervous system diseases, and so they have to do very specific tests to rule out other diseases to be certain that it's botulism.
Oh, I know one. They do the spinal fluid exam to test for substances present in the spinal fluid to help diagnose central nervous system diseases.
You guys definitely did your research. Now there's only one more thing to ask. Ralphie and Keisha, do you guys have your presentation on prevention ready?
Yes, we do.
To prevent foodborne botulism, you can
Put food in the fridge.
boil home canned foods for 10 minutes before consumption.
To prevent wound-borne botulism, you can
seek prompt medical attention for all wounds.
And don't use injectable street drugs.
To prevent infant botulism, don't give infants under 1-year-old honey. It can contain the botulism bacteria.